What happens when a busy nursing student decides to give more of herself to the community and still finds time to innovate in tech? Today, we're uncovering that journey. Hi, Humusalam, it's good to have you on the podcast.
Hi, Fatima.
How has your experience shaped the person you are today? I mean, you used to be an introvert and all.
Volunteering has made me more disciplined, intentional, and very much aware of my own potential.
How do you balance volunteering with the demanding schedule of a nursing student?
Balance is something that I don't think I've personally achieved as much as I would want.
How has volunteering shaped your leadership skills?
That's pulled me out of my little introverted box with a predictable routine to somebody that has to repeatedly show up, even when it's required energy. And to me, it's like the foundation of leadership.
So far, so good. What are some of the lessons you've learned?
If you don't take on a responsibility, you'll never ever know what you're capable of.
Campus Hustlers with Fatima, Zakariyya.
What happens when a busy nursing student decides to give more of herself to the community and still finds time to innovate in tech? Today, we're uncovering that journey. Hi, welcome to yet another interesting episode of Campus Hustlers, your weekly dose of entrepreneurial spirit unfiltered. I'm your host, Fatima Zakariyya. I am an entrepreneur, a corporate event anchor, a voiceover artist, and of course, I am a podcaster. Joining me on today's episode of Campus Hustlers is Humusalam Ojo, a 500 level nursing student at Ladoke Akintola University of Technology, LAUTECH, whose academic journey is enriched by her commitment to community development, digital innovation, and creative entrepreneurship. She embodies service, adaptability, and purpose, qualities that define her as a resourceful and impact-driven individual. Her volunteering journey began in her third year, where she actively engaged in initiatives aligned with her values and interests. Over the years, she has contributed to numerous health outreaches, gender-based programs, and social impact projects, gaining hands-on experience in advocacy, teamwork, and community engagement. Her involvement in these initiatives reflects her dedication to addressing real-world challenges while building strong leadership abilities. Beyond volunteering, Humusalam is immersed in the Web3 ecosystem, serving as a content writer for communities, organizations, and projects she believes in. She focuses on educating audiences, simplifying complex concepts, and fostering meaningful conversation around decentralized technologies. This role has expanded her tech exposure and established her as a growing voice in the Web3 space. In addition to her academic and digital engagement, she is also a skilled crocheter, a craft she started before university. Crocheting served as both a creative outlet and an occasional source of income, further highlighting her versatility and ability to maintain balance while navigating the demands of a rigorous nursing program. Humusalam's journey reflects growth through consistency, intentional engagement, and a genuine passion for humanity. Hi, Humusalam, it's good to have you on the podcast.
Hi, Fatima.
How are you today?
I'm doing very, very well. And you?
I'm fine, thank you. Let's get into it. So now, can you walk us through how your journey in volunteering and digital innovation began?
Sure, definitely. So, basically, as a person, I'm much more of an introvert, and it has actually shaped my journey as a student. My schedule was clear as day. I just go to class, head back home once classes are done, rinse and repeat every single day. Then I started clinical postings in around 200 level. I learned how to check vitals and other basics. I know nursing students should be able to relate to that. I became a JCI LAUTECH member, which is an organization on campus somewhere around then. And the next thing I know, I'm volunteering for the health week program because I was actually excited to help people and also to test out my new clinical skills at that point, because all we did was learn them on clinical postings, but we could not implement them. We had seniors who basically did them while on posting. It felt very fulfilling afterwards. And the next thing, I'm volunteering for my department's health week, volunteering at various places that were not even health related. I genuinely enjoyed volunteering, and one of my senior colleagues later told me then to add serial volunteer to my bio on Twitter, and the rest is history.
Wow, awesome. That's beautiful, and so concise, Humusalam. Thank you so much for that. Okay, so now, Humusalam, tell us, how has your experience shaped the person you are today? I mean, you used to be an introvert, and also, so far so good. How have your experiences shaped the person you are today?
Okay, so volunteering has really pushed me to show up, to take responsibility, to build confidence in my abilities. Leading projects has actually increased my sense of purpose and taught taught me reliability, empathy, and initiative. All in all, that's taught me balancing school, volunteering, and personal development has actually made me more disciplined, intentional, and very much aware of my own potential.
Awesome, Humusalam. So, Humusalam, can you tell us a bit about your crocheting journey or your crocheting skills? Is this something you do while in school? Tell us about it.
Actually, my crocheting journey is kind of interesting. It was during this COVID period. Well, there was nothing to do. So my friend told me to pick up crocheting. She bought me my set of tools. She bought it for me because she said, Humusalam, you have to get something to do. So I started it, and it actually became an hobby of sorts because I did not have anybody to sell it for then. And I was not much of an extroverted type to have people that I could actually market it to and sell it to. So I just made it as an hobby, give it to my relatives and all that. Then I came to school. I made for a couple of friends. Then I got paid for it, but now I majorly just do it as an hobby and then for projects too, as a content creator in the Web3 space, basically.
Awesome. Okay, so now, Humusalam, tell us, what has been your most impactful volunteering experience so far? The most impactful one?
Okay, it's actually not really much of a volunteering work actually, but of a project that was made the lead of. So it was a totally new project in JCI in LAUTECH, the organization I said I joined then. It's called Consent Matters. So the name, it was about consent and how it doesn't apply to a particular gender, how we really need consent and how it matters. And we did not only impact people in the university area, but also the secondary school students, because it was a blend of university students, secondary school students, and even people outside the university area. So the same said project won an award in JCI in Nigeria, Project of the Year, and it was actually a personal project to me. So it meant a lot to see that project was making waves. That's it.
Awesome. This is so beautiful to hear. So beautiful, I must confess. Okay, so now, Humusalam, tell us, how do you balance volunteering with the demanding schedule of a nursing student? I mean, I know it's not easy.
Balance. Balance is something that I don't think I've personally achieved as much as I would want on very, very few days, actually. I have to start classes just to attend to projects, and then I have to put in extra work during late night, so I have to cover up for my missed classes. And also, I just have friends that would always send me notes I miss, but I always make sure of is that volunteering does not affect my studies, and I tend to volunteer for projects that would not make me miss too much classes, too much academics. So it's actually kind of balances each other out.
Awesome. Okay, so now, Humusalam, tell us, what do you think young people misunderstand about volunteering? Because, I mean, everyone now is not a volunteer. If you ask this one, I volunteer at so place, I volunteer with so place. So what do you think they misunderstand about volunteering?
I think if you say you volunteer at so place, as long as you have that tag, as long as you are known as a volunteer, even by the team, then you're definitely a volunteer, of course. As long as you're giving them your help, when it's not that you're just taking that tag, it's not like you're just there, you're just sitting pretty and saying, oh, I'm a volunteer, and we cannot even see your impact. So what I actually think most people misunderstand about volunteering generally is that it's too stressful to just take my time. But what they don't see is actually what they get in return. They just see what they give, but they don't see what they get in return. As a person now, I've gotten soft skills, a lot of soft skills from volunteering, communication skills, leadership skills, organizational skills, you name it. I got most of it from volunteering. And you also get the human satisfaction of helping people from volunteering. So it's not just, oh, I'm a volunteer, oh, I volunteer at this place. It is actually about the impact that you're actually making. It's not just about sitting pretty. That's basically it.
Awesome, Humusalam. I love that. Okay, so now tell us, how has volunteering shaped your leadership skills?
Okay, volunteering has really helped me. I would always say that it has really helped me. It has pulled me out of my little introverted box with a predictable routine to somebody that has to repeatedly show up, even when it required energy. And to me, it's like the foundation of leadership. You actually have to show up. If you're a leader, you actually have to show up. And it also actually allowed me to take on roles that required reliability and trust. And it also allowed me to learn prioritization and time management, which I'm still very much working on. That is all thanks to volunteering.
Awesome, Humusalam. That's beautiful. So now, Humusalam, tell us, how did you transition from nursing and community work into the Web3 space? Because I'm actually curious.
Okay. My Web3 journey, there really isn't much to it actually. I actually have a friend who I knew was in Web3, and he spent months trying to convince me to join Web3, and I was always making excuses. I'm too busy, I have to read this and that, because I basically did not know about what Web3 was. I just knew, okay, it does Web3. What I actually did was I read here and there, and I decided, why not? So I joined, and he onboarded me, and of recent, the need to actually carve a niche for myself started to surface. And my friend was always rooting for me to write. He was always saying, okay, you can write, you need to write. So I started writing for projects I contributed to, and every once in a while, I would dabble into making video contents because I'm still upcoming in the space. So I actually have to plant my foot down. So at the moment, I'm in a cohort to become a social media manager in Web3.
Wow, congratulations. I'm happy to hear that, Humusalam. That's so interesting to hear. Okay, so now, Humusalam, so far so good. What are some of the lessons you've learned?
Okay. So over the years, actually, I've learned that if you don't take on a responsibility, you will never ever know what you're capable of. If you continue to say no, if you continue to say, I can't do it, it's too much, you actually never know what you're capable of. Like I said before, even as a volunteer, if you're not ready to work, if you're asked if you can serve in a position and you say no, you actually never know the extent to which you can bend and get it done. I just saw a book of recent, The Mountain Is You. Basically, it means that you are your own challenge. You actually need to overcome yourself as a challenge. So you just have to make sure to take that first step. That is basically what I've learned.
Interesting, Humusalam. Okay, so now, Humusalam, tell us, so far so good. Do you have any success stories or even a success story you would love to share with us?
A success story. I already kind of did that. It was my Concept Matters story. It would always be my success story because it was very, very huge. Getting that award. I was not even at the event. My local organization president, she gave me a text that night because it was a collegiate conference and I had posting, so I could not attend. But she gave me text that night, told me we won flagship project of the year through Concept Matters. I was really, really glad. In fact, it really, really made my entire month.
Awesome. Congratulations once again, Humusalam. Okay, so now, Humusalam, there is someone somewhere listening right now, and that person can't wait to connect with you because you mentioned Web3, because you are a nursing student, because you do crocheting and all. So please, in case our listeners would love to connect with you, where can they find you? Do you have social media presence?
Yes, of course I do. I'm on Twitter, I'm on LinkedIn, I'm also on Instagram. So I have my personal Twitter and also my Web3 Twitter. My personal Twitter is at Humusalam, just my name, at Humusalam. Then my Web3 Twitter is actually at that's THAT_TEEE. And also my Instagram is at Olatomiwa. So you can reach me on any of these social media platforms if you have any questions or any clarifications you want to get.
Wow, awesome. Thank you so much for that, Humusalam. I'll definitely drop those handle on the description box. All right, now, listeners, we are about to dive into the second segment of the podcast. That is the How segment, where we move from inspiration to action and show you how to make your next move happen.
Campus Hustlers with Fatima, Zakariyya.
Alright, so Humusalam, if you're ready for the How segment, we are also ready. Right, so tell us, how can students identify the right volunteering opportunities that align with their values and career goals?
Okay. So the first thing I'm going to say is join organizations, apply to be ambassadors. We have JCI. I am a big JCI member, which is Junior Chambers International, for those that don't know the meaning. And we actually have JCI in almost all universities, at the collegiate level, at the city level. So we have JCI, and also we have TCA, the campus ambassadors, in LAUTECH actually. So I'm not sure if there are TCAs in other schools. So all you have to do is go out there, find the right organization, join the right organization. And what most of these organizations do, they have visions and missions. They're actually centers around developing leaders. So they are always needing volunteers, they are always needing leaders, they are always needing your presence there. So you will always find your feet there. Using myself as an example, volunteering for quite a number of projects for JCI and LAUTECH, and even as a career ambassador, because I'm also a career ambassador. So I volunteered to moderate our hangouts. I became moderator for most of our webinars that we did when I was a host. And it was not like I was good at moderating or anything. I did not know how to moderate. I speak too fast, but I actually wanted to know if it was something that I could do, if it was something that I can get my hands on. So I just wanted to experience it and see, which I did. And also, what you actually want to do too is you might want to check for anybody around you whose goals align with yours and is already into that space, so as to personally guide you through, hold your hands as you walk through that path. That's it, basically.
If there is anything that stand out for me, it will be getting a like-minded person, join a like-minded person, and also join relevant organization, not just anyhow organization. Make sure that whatever organization you want to join, what they do actually align with your career goal. Thank you so much for this, Humusalam. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, so Humusalam, do you have any tips or advice for campus hustlers alike before we go?
Okay, let's say this is more of motivation. The sky isn't actually your limit. It is not your limit. Don't ever believe the sky is your limit. It's your starting point. So it is normal to be afraid when you're starting something, but never let it stop you from starting up that wonderful initiative, and you'll be glad you did.
Awesome. The sky is not your limit. It's your starting point. It has really been an amazing time with you, Humusalam. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming on my podcast.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, so Humusalam, quickly before you go, I have one last final question for you.
All right.
Okay, it's okay to think about it. In case you want to think about it, just let me know that, okay, I would love to think about it. It's still okay because it may actually require you to think. Okay, so now, Humusalam, tell me, if you could crochet any impossible thing, what would you make first?
If I could crochet any impossible thing,
Yeah.
thing, maybe I would want to crochet a huge house, like a very huge one. I would spend months and months on it, just going and going. Then when I complete it, I'll do innovation and be like, wow, I made this.
But I think we can actually crochet a house. Don't you feel so?
What if I want to make a bungalow, like a huge one?
Wow.
Spend
Yeah.
months on.
Who knows? One day, Humusalam may decide to do the impossible. Who knows? It might actually become possible. Maybe just do 1-bedroom flats. But then, I wish you all the very best in your endeavor, Humusalam. It has really been an amazing time with you. Like I said, I wish you all the very best.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you for having me share my experience. Thank you for having me talk to these wonderful people. I really do appreciate the opportunity.
You're welcome. You're most welcome, Humusalam. All right, hustlers, that's all we have for you today. I hope this episode ignites your entrepreneurial fire. Rate and review this podcast using the hashtag Campus Hustlers on all social media platforms. If you're yet to subscribe, hit the subscribe button now. Until next week, stay hungry, stay focused, and keep hustling. Bye-bye.
Campus Hustlers with Fatima, Zakariyya,